Good morning, students. Chapter 2, Units and Measurement. Yes. In last lecture, we have discussed about error. What is error? Types of error, sources of error, and how to estimate error. Okay. Now see, if we measure any physical quantity and if there is error in that physical quantity. Okay. For example, if I find length of this bar and there is some error. If I find height of this bar and there is some error, then obviously if with the help of this length and this height, if I find area of this bar, then obviously there is some error in area. Why? Because there is some error in length and there is some error in height. So what is equation of area? Area is equal to this L into H. Yes or no? So yes, if there is error in L, there is also error in area. Clear about this? So now we will see, okay, when we add two quantities, when we subtract two quantities, we multiply two quantities or we divide two quantities, what happens with error? What happens with error? Okay, so yes, today's title is combination of errors. Combination of errors means yes, any measurement, any property of object, if I want to find density, then what is density? Density is equal to mass upon volume. Volume means yes, for cube, volume is L cube, that is cube of side. Then we have to measure mass and then we have to measure length. If there is error in measurement of mass as well as in length, then obviously there is error in density. Okay, so see, yes, here we will see some combinations of error. Okay, but before that, how to write physical quantity? Yes, we will revise this topic. Okay, a physical quantity. Physical quantity, how to write? If for example I have mass, then I can write mass m is equal to, it is m plus or minus delta m. Now I will not put that bar sign on symbol. I will not put that bar sign on symbol. So yes, mass m is equal to, where this m is called average value or true value. It is called average value or true value. And this delta m is called average absolute error. It is average absolute error. Clear about this? So yes, mass m is equal to this m plus or minus delta m. Clear about this? Okay. Now for combination of errors, first of all I am assuming two quantities. Still let we have two quantities. First one, A. So how to write A? A is equal to A plus or minus delta A, and B is equal to, it is B plus or minus delta B. Clear about this? A is equal to A plus or minus delta A, B it is plus or minus delta B. See, this A and B, they are called true value or average value. True value A and B, it is called true value or average value. While this delta A and delta B, they are called average absolute error. It is called average absolute error. So if I say, what is delta A? Delta A is average absolute error in quantity A. Delta B is average absolute error in quantity B. Clear about this? You have to remember each and every term. You have to remember each and every term. Okay, what is A? What is B? What is delta A? And what is delta B? A is average value or true value. A is average value or true value of first quantity, that is A. B is also true value, while delta and delta B, they are average absolute error. They are average absolute error. Clear about this? Okay, so yes, you have to remember this one. Okay, now first process that we will see, is sum. First process we will see is sum. Let A and B, they both are added. Let A and B, they both are added. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. So yes, let their addition and the result is that let result of sum of A and B, is Z. Okay, let result of sum of A and B is Z. Then how to write this Z? Okay, therefore Z is equal to, I can write A plus B. Z is equal to, I can write it is A plus B. Clear about this? Okay. A. What is A? A means A plus or minus delta A, plus B means this B plus or minus delta B. Clear about this? Okay. So is equal to A, true value or mean value of physical quantity A, true value of average value of physical quantity B. So I can write these two terms together, A plus B. Yes or no? Plus or minus. So I can write it as plus or minus delta A plus delta B. Clear about this? How to write this equation? Okay, it is Z. So now, see students, if I can write A as A is equal to A plus or minus delta A, B is equal to B plus or minus delta B, then the resultant quantity I can also write. Okay, if result is Z, then I can also write Z is equal to Z plus or minus delta Z. Where what is Z? Z is average value of result, while delta Z is average absolute error in result. So yes, I can also write Z is equal to Z plus or minus delta Z. I can also write Z is equal to Z plus or minus delta Z. Then see, here I will write Z plus or minus delta Z is equal to this side. It is A plus B plus or minus. Here it is delta A plus delta B. So now if you compare, then how to compare? See, Z means true value or mean value or average value of result. A plus B. See how to compare. Here between there is plus or minus sign. Here between there is plus or minus sign. So I can compare this term with A plus B, and I can compare this term with delta A plus delta B. So yes, you have to compare like this. Comparison of Z with this and comparison of delta Z with this. So from this I can write, you can also write that Z is equal to, it is A plus B, and delta Z is equal to, it is delta A plus delta B. Delta Z is equal to, it is delta A plus delta B. Okay, that is average absolute error in result is equal to summation of average absolute error in individual quantity. Clear about this? Okay, so yes, delta Z is equal to, it is delta A plus delta B. Delta Z is equal to, it is delta A plus delta B. You have to remember like this. Okay, if Z is equal to A plus B, then average absolute error in Z is equal to average absolute error in A plus average absolute error in B. Clear about this? Delta Z is equal to delta A plus delta B. Okay, so yes, it is combination of errors when there is process sum. Now difference. Second one is difference. Okay, if we perform A minus B, okay, let result of difference of A and B is again Z. Okay, let resultant is result is Z. Then how to write? Obviously, z is equal to, it is a minus b is equal to a plus or minus delta a. And how to write this b? It is b plus or minus delta b. Clear about this? Okay. So is equal to, it is a plus or minus delta a. And if I open this bracket, then what happens? See carefully. It is minus b minus plus delta b. It is minus plus delta b. Clear about this? Okay. So is equal to, I can write a minus b. A minus b. And here it is plus or minus delta a minus plus delta b. Minus plus delta b. Clear about this? Okay. Yes. Here it is z. Here it is z. And here it is, I can write z plus or minus delta z. Z plus or minus delta z. Then see, again, if I compare here, obviously, z is equal to, it is a minus b. So we can write directly, z is equal to, it is a minus b. But what about delta z? Here it is plus or minus delta a minus plus delta b. Okay, so see, here, take care, here, plus or minus delta a minus plus delta b means we will have 4 probabilities. How 4 probabilities? See, here it is. See, here it is. First of all, delta a, 2 signs are possible, plus and minus. Delta b, 2 signs possible, minus and plus. First of all, I am taking delta a having positive sign. So plus delta a plus delta a. Now delta b, first of all I am taking sign minus delta b, and then I am taking sign plus delta b. Any doubt? Okay. Now I will take minus sign of delta a, minus delta a, minus delta a. Again minus and plus sign, minus delta b, minus delta b. So give me answer. Out of these 4 probabilities, which one will have maximum value? Out of these 4, which one will have maximum value? Delta A minus delta B, delta A plus delta B, delta A plus delta B, minus delta A minus delta B. Yes or no? It is minus delta A minus delta B, and last one is minus delta A plus delta B. So out of these 4, which one will have maximum value? Obviously this one. This one will have maximum value. So again, how to write this delta z? What is maximum error? It is maximum error. It is maximum error. So again, in case of difference, what is delta z? Delta z is equal to, it is delta A plus delta B. Delta z is equal to, it is again delta A plus delta B. Clear about this? So yes, in case of difference also, average absolute error in result is equal to summation of, addition of, sum of average absolute error in first quantity and average absolute error in second quantity. See result here. Delta z is equal to delta A plus delta B. Delta z is equal to, here it is delta A plus delta B. So yes, you have to remember these boxes. Okay, you have to remember these boxes. Clear about this? Okay, if we add 2 quantities or if we subtract 2 quantities, error is always added. Error is always added. Error is always added. Clear about this? Yes, in mean value or true value or average value, it is plus and minus, but in error there is always addition. In error there is always addition. And how to make one common result for this two? Because see, this one is common for both. So how to make one common result? How to make one common result? See, when 2 quantities are added or subtracted, when 2 quantities are added or subtracted, absolute error in result is sum of absolute error, sum of absolute error in individual quantity, so this statement you have to remember. Okay, when two quantities are added, z is equal to a plus b or z is equal to a minus b, when two quantities are added or subtracted, absolute error in result is sum of absolute error in individual quantity. Clear about this? So yes, this first point, that is for sum and difference. Now second point, it is for multiplication or division. Yes, we will prove here for multiplication. For division we will accept. Okay, again let two quantities a and b, they are multiplied and the resultant is a. Let result is a. Then how to let result is z. And how to write z? And therefore z is equal to, here it is ab. Okay, now what is value of a? A plus or minus delta a, and b means b plus or minus delta b. Now we will multiply this. See, first of all, multiplication of a with b and multiplication of a with delta. Then how to write a, b plus or minus a delta b. Now multiplication of this delta a with b and then delta a with delta b. Then how to write? Yes, it is plus or minus b delta a plus or minus delta a delta b, and this side here it is z. This side here it is z. Okay. Now divide this equation by z. Yes. Divide this equation by z. Yes, here it is z is equal to this one, this one, this one. Okay. Here I can write z is equal to, means it is z plus or minus delta z. Now divide this equation by z. Yes, divided by z. Then what happens? See, here it is z plus or minus delta z divided by z. Okay, if you divide by z on left hand side, then you have to divide by z on right hand side. Then it is ab plus or minus a delta b plus or minus b delta a plus or minus delta a delta b divided by a. Why a? I said you have to divide both sides by z. This side I have divided by z, this side by ab. Why? Because z is equal to a. Because z is equal to ab. Clear about this? Okay. So yes, now we will divide this z for to each and every term. So z upon z. Again, remember, hello, z upon z will become 1 plus or minus delta z upon z is equal to ab upon ab 1 plus or minus a delta b upon ab, so a acre, so it is delta b upon b plus or minus b delta a upon ab, so b acre, so it is delta a upon a. Here it is plus or minus delta a delta b upon, here it is ab, upon here it is ab. Okay, so now this one and one cancel out, so therefore delta z upon z is equal to delta a upon a plus delta b upon b plus 0. Yes, this one got delta z upon z as it is, delta b upon b as it is, delta a upon a as it is. But why delta a into delta b divided by ab is equal to 0? Because see here, delta a and delta b, they are average absolute error. Obviously error will be small, or error will be smaller than measurement. If I say a is equal to 5 plus or minus 0.01, and B is equal to 10 plus or minus 0.02. Yes or no? Then yes, here it is A delta A, B delta B. Now delta A delta B upon AB. Find this value. Delta A means 0.01. Delta B means 0.02 and divided by 5 into 10. You will get your answer very small, that is nearly 0. That is nearly 0. Clear about this? Okay, so yes, this delta A means it is error in A, delta B that is error in B, and yes, error is smaller than measurement. So yes, this term will be nearly 0. Nearly 0. So yes, what is your answer? What is your answer? Yes, it is your answer. You have to write here it is 0. Okay, here I can write separately. Okay, delta B upon AB is nearly equal to 0. Then what is result here? Here result is delta Z upon Z is equal to delta A upon A plus delta B upon B. Now see, remember last lecture. Here. This delta A is called average absolute error. But delta A upon A is called relative error in physical quantity A. Delta B upon B means relative error in physical quantity B. Delta Z upon Z means relative error in result. Relative error in result. So again, it is relative error in result, relative error in A, relative error in B. See, between two errors it is plus. So again, error is added. Error is added. Okay, there is always addition of error. There is always addition of error. So here how to write? Here how to write statement? Here how to write statement? See carefully. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, when two quantities are multiplied or divided, when two quantities are multiplied or divided, relative error in result is sum of relative error in individual quantity. Clear about this? So yes, it is one whole topic, that is combination of error. That is combination of error. Clear about this? So again, combination of errors. We have considered two physical quantities A and B. First of all, sum. Then in sum, average absolute error is the sum of absolute error of A and B. Here also same result. Absolute error is equal to sum of absolute error of A and B. But in case of multiplication and division, it is sum of relative error. In plus and minus, it is sum of absolute error. In this case, it is sum of relative error. Absolute error, relative error. So that is difference between them. And see, in each and every case, plus. So errors are always added. Clear about this? Whatever process is that, okay, plus, minus, multiplication, division, but errors always added. Clear about this? So yes, it is again one important topic for combination of errors. Okay, clear about this? Write down from board. See, conclusion. If Z is equal to A plus B, then what is error in result? That is delta Z is equal to delta A plus delta B. If Z is equal to A minus B, then what is error in Z? delta z is equal to delta A plus delta B. In these two cases, it is addition of absolute error. If we have z is equal to AB, then what is? It is delta z upon delta z is equal to, it is delta A upon A plus delta B upon B. Relative error. Okay. Similarly, if we have z is equal to A divided by D, then relative error in z, delta z upon z is equal to delta A upon A plus delta B upon B. Clear about this? So yes, for addition and subtraction, same rule. For multiplication and division, same. Clear about this? Now, if I have one physical quantity like this, okay, if z is equal to a square, okay, if z is equal to a square, then how to write error in z? How to find error in z? Find error in z. Find error in z. See, I can write this term as z is equal to a into a. Yes or no? So between these two, that is multiplication, and in multiplication you have to use this rule. Okay, here z is equal to AB, then it is delta A plus delta B. Here you have z is equal to AA, then how to write? Delta z upon z is equal to delta A plus delta A upon A. Okay, so yes, it is added, it is to delta A upon A. I can write this delta z upon z. Here it is 2 delta A upon A. Clear about this? If I have z is equal to a cube, then how to write? Z is equal to a into a into a. So relative error in z, delta z upon z is equal to delta A upon A plus delta A upon A plus delta A upon A. So therefore it is delta z upon z. It is 3 delta A upon A. Clear about this? Clear about this? So, how to make one general equation? One general equation is, if z is equal to a raised to n, then delta z upon z, that is relative error result, is equal to n delta A upon A. That is equal to, it is n delta A upon A. Clear about this? So yes, this one extra point that you have to remember. Okay, next one is, see, if you are given a physical quantity, say here it is, z is equal to A divided by B, but in a relative error, it is delta A upon A plus delta B upon B. See, in these two cases, the relation for error is same. The relation for error is same because errors are always added. Errors are always added. So how to write? See, if I have one equation like this, W is equal to P raised to 4 Q cube R square D raised to 5. D raised to 5. And your question is, what is error in W? What is relative error in W? What is relative error in W? Then how to find relative error in W? See, here it is. P, Q, R and S, they are in multiplication and division. They are in multiplication and division. Then obviously there is some of relative error. Which error? Relative error. So here I have to write delta W upon W is equal to P raised to 4, means how to write? It is 4 delta P upon P with the help of this result. Then plus, errors are always added. Q raised to 3 means it is 3 delta Q upon Q. Okay, then it is plus 2 delta R upon R, and plus it is 5 delta D upon D. Clear about this? So yes, it is about relative error in physical quantities. Relative error in physical quantities. Clear about this? How to write such equations? Okay, yes, if you are given minus power, then don't worry about it. If W is equal to, it is P4 Q3 R raised to minus 2 and d raised to minus 5, then do you have to consider minus power? No, you have to make this minus power positive. How? So w is equal to, it is p raised to 4 q cube divided by this r raised to minus 2. If I take in denominator, it is r square, and here it is p raised to 5. Then yes, your answer will be same. That is delta w upon w is equal to, it is 4 delta t upon t plus 3 delta q upon q plus 2 delta r upon r plus 5 delta d upon d. Clear about this? So yes, this type of questions we will see in exercise and illustration. Okay, but yes, for that you have to remember this 1, 2, 3 and 4, and yes, this fifth one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this fifth one. Okay, this 5 relation you have to remember. This 5 relation you have to remember. Yes, at last one point. Okay, last one point for today's lecture. See, here it is. See, here it is. If you are given a physical quantity mass like this, okay, mass m is equal to m plus or minus delta m. Okay, then yes, this m is called mean value or average value or true value. Delta m is called average absolute error in mass. Delta m upon m is called relative error in mass, and delta m upon m into 100 is called percentage error. In mass. Clear? So yes, you have to remember this each and every point. The m means mean value or average value. Delta m average absolute error in mass. Delta m upon m relative error in mass, and delta m upon m into 100 means percentage error in mass. Okay, because to solve questions you have to remember this. Okay, what is relative error in mass? Relative error in mass means delta m upon m. Percentage error means delta m upon m into 100. Clear about this? So yes, today's topic, combination of errors. And yes, with this for today, this is it.